this is my meaningful life. I wanted to come on here and let you know that there are things that are in my life that make my life meaningful. It's not just cooking and staying healthy. That's a part of it, but it's not all of it. I am a singer, I'm a photographer. My relationship with my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ is number one in my life. That's the one thing that makes my life the most meaningful. Today I am going to share with you some recipes. The first one going to be a breakfast casserole, and that came out just amazing. The second one is going to be a tortilla sushi. I got that from Meal Hero. It is an app. This is not sponsored, by the way. It is an app where you can literally plan your meals. It'll give you recipes, and it will actually put the recipes onto a calendar for you. So all you have to do, it takes all the guesswork out of it. You can put the recipes onto the calendar, open up your calendar and say, oh, okay, that's what I have for the day. Here's another thing about them. You're actually able to it'll actually populate a grocery list for you, and it's linked to Instacart. I think that's absolutely amazing. Again, this is not sponsored. In the near future, you'll be seeing more videos of things that are not just cooking. It's just things that make my life meaningful, and I wanted to share that with you. Because, let's face it, life is not just about cooking. Life is not just about health. It's about relationships. It's about what drives you as a person. It's about your passions, your dreams. Don't be afraid to follow those dreams, one step at a time. You will see an interview done by my best friend Asia. She does not have a YouTube channel, but she is an artist by far. She has an amazing voice. She's just an amazing artist, person, you name it, she does it. So let's get into it. Come on guys, let's get cooking.
I'm going to make some breakfast casserole. With breakfast being the most important meal of the day, I believe it's a really good idea to go ahead and prep it ahead of time, or at least have some things in the refrigerator or the freezer to have it nice and ready, so when you're up in the morning you don't feel like cooking, you can just go to your freezer, your refrigerator, and pop this in the microwave, and you have breakfast. I'm going to start out with dicing up some onions and some sausage. With breakfast casserole, you can put just about anything you want in it. You can put tomatoes, you can put all kinds of different vegetables in there. A good way to sneak in those vegetables, parents, is to put it into things like breakfast casserole and things like spaghetti. You can put more cheese in there than I did. You can put sour cream, you can put some hot sauce. It all depends on what you feel like using for that day. Me, right now, I just added some sausage, some onion, some kale mix, some green chilies, some cheese, and a couple other things you will see here soon. So I'm just going to continue cutting these sausages up, and I'm going to add them to a bowl and set that aside. The way I cut these up is I cut them in half on first, and then I cut them in thirds and then dice them up. I found that's the easiest way to go ahead and get the sausages this small. Of course, you could also make ground sausage and do that as well, but I didn't have any ground sausage on hand, so I just cut up these sausages that we cooked last week. Okay, so we're ready to put them in the crock pot. I'm going to start out by oiling the crock pot. I didn't have any spray oil, so I just took some avocado oil and sprayed it around the entire crock pot. At the bottom of the crock pot, I'm going to add some hash browns, and then I'm going to add 3 of the Costco egg whites cartons. I'm going to add a cup of milk. Two cups of cheese. The sausage, the onion. Ortega green chilies. I'm going to use 2 of these small little cans. Some kale mix. I'm also going to put 3 pinches of salt. I'd say about 1/4 of a teaspoon. I also put some sour cream in there. I mixed it all up and I put it on high for 2.5 hours. I'm going to tell you, if you want to cook this in a crock pot, you don't want to cook it more than 2.5 hours or until they're like literally just ready. This is what it looked like when it was fully cooked. This was absolutely delicious. Again, you want to make sure that you don't overcook this and only cook this for 2.5 hours.
Didn't that breakfast casserole look amazing? Again, you want to make sure that you only cook it for 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours max. Otherwise, the texture is not going to be off. It's still going to be amazingly tasteful. The texture is just not going to be there. And let me tell you, it will stank up your kitchen. For those of you who don't understand what that means your kitchen will smell amazing because every flavor that's in there will be in your kitchen. And you will smell everything. We're going to get into this tortilla sushi. Now, this tortilla sushi, say that 10 times fast, tortilla sushi. It was just the spot for just a little bit of lunch and not too heavy on the stomach, and I didn't have to cook anything. That was cool. So let's get into it. Let's get cooking.
We're going to shred some cheese. Now this is pepper jack cheese. You can use any cheese you want for this. You just need to make sure that it's nice and shredded. You're going to want to shred this cheese up, and then you're going to mix together some cream cheese and some sour cream. Make sure it's nice and creamy and there's no clumps in it. Then you're going to slice up some carrots. Once those are sliced up, we're ready to assemble. We're going to cut these tortillas into squares, making sure that the tortillas have a straight edge. To that tortilla, you're going to spread the cream cheese sour cream mixture to the edges. After this, you're going to add the shredded cheese in the center of the tortilla. Once that's done, we're going to take some turkey deli meat and we are going to put it on the edge of the tortilla that is closest to us. On top of the turkey, we're going to put the carrots. the part that's the most fun. We're going to roll it up. As soon as you've got this rolled up, it's time to make sushi. All you do is cut it up into pinwheels. And there you go. There's the sushi.
Okay, so weren't those tortilla sushi rolls amazing? I mean, who would have thought that cheese would look like rice in the tortilla? I mean, come on, really? You could use any kind of deli meat. You can use any kind of meat, period. So use your imagination. Make your dishes look beautiful. Make them appetizing. Make them look like they came from a restaurant, just like you saw in the picture. I think we are ready for some dinner. Let's get dinner cooking. I went out while I was making the tortilla sushi. The Crockpot was already on with this dinner. So I kind of recorded the dinner before I did the sushi. But that's okay, that's the beauty of editing. I can put the tortilla soup in the end of the video and the tortilla sushi where it needs to be. So let's get cooking.
We are going to make some tortilla soup in the crock pot. I'm going to start out with dicing up this onion. This contraption is the best thing since sliced bread. I mean, I use this for just about anything. I don't have to worry about crying because the onions are too juicy. Believe me, this onion was juicy. I was able to cut it without crying. I'm going to cut this up and then I'm going to put it into the bottom of the crock pot. On top of that, I'm going to add the chicken. Now this is just chicken that came out of my freezer. It's boneless, skinless chicken breast. You're going to add water and some chicken broth to the crock pot. This trick, I want to tell you, this trick is absolutely amazing. I found it from Jessica Donahue. I'll link her channel down below. She was making some jalapeno poppers and her hubby Bunky took a spoon and he used it to take the seeds out of the jalapeno. I think this is the best thing. I love this. As you can see, I'm using it again. I'm going to add the jalapenos to the crock pot. Then I'm going to add some black beans and some corn. The next thing I'm going to dice up are these bell peppers. I put this on low. I started this at noon and by 6 o'clock it was done. So it's 6.5 hours on low. Like I said, this contraption is my best friend in the kitchen. It's one of the things I use most often, especially if I want to dice something up. It makes everything more concise and I can get everything the same exact size. I'm going to put these into the crock pot as well. Unfortunately, I lost a couple of the footage. I did add some ancho chilies to the crock pot and I add some Ortega Chilis to the crock pot.
Okay guys, weren't those recipes amazing? Please let me know what you think in the comments. If you like this video, hit the like button. Let me know what you think. Did you try any of these recipes? If you did, put that down in the comments. Link my Instagram. It's at mymeaningfullife777. I put that down here in the video. There will be more interesting videos to come. Bye guys.
Thank you for watching. Stay safe out there during these perilous times. Remember to show grace and mercy. Forgive one another. In the description box below, you will find the links to the recipes. Just click the link and it will either take you to my drive where you can download it, or it will take you to the website where I found the recipe. If you like this video, hit the like button and comment down below. I always love hearing your comments. Hit subscribe and the bell icon down below to be notified anytime I upload new content. My name is Michelle. This is My Meaningful Life. Have a great day.